Yeah. We are here. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? Percolate. What's really good in English, man? Diabolical. We in here for educational time. We in here for informative time. This is a safe zone. Yeah. It's a safe zone. Before we go ahead and begin, you putting on up and everything like that. Welcome to the channel. We gonna have, I tell them what's going on. Yeah. We in here. We got a great show lined up. Like I say, this is a safe space. Yeah. You can be for, against. You can be pro. You can be con. Yeah. Just hear me out. That's all I'm saying. Just hear me out. Be respectful of one another in this live. What I'm gonna say to you is some stuff that while you may or may not like, you're gonna be hard pressed to argue with it, because that ain't what we're here for. We just here to talk about some issues. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I got my handy dandy other smart device in here. What it is here is I want to make sure, I gave y'all the stuff that y'all pulled up here for and everything like that. I wanted to do right by y'all and everything. I want to do right by y'all. Y'all remember the song by Tevin Campbell? Can We Talk? That one right there. That one right there. Yeah. Can we talk? Because I've noticed something. Yeah, we gonna talk. We got one. That's not enough to have fun. That ain't enough to have fun and everything like that. Because you need at least two to make it do what it's gonna do, so you can go ahead and say what you gonna say and everything like that. Because I promise you, ain't nobody else gonna say this. They not. We got three. That fills my heart with glee. So Black Panther 1, 2018. Black Panther 3, 2022. You get a statement on December 10th, right? And right. This is said and that's said, and somebody then said this over here, and somebody. The final numbers are the final numbers, though. Amen. The final numbers are the final numbers. It went from 1.3 to 500 to 800,000. Like, that's what that was. That's a $500 loss. But now we got a third one, 2028, 6 years later. I'm gonna tell you where I'm coming from, because I'm on social media. That's what that is. We got Groovy Fee in the building. Groovy Fee and I tell him in the building, what's going on? I'm on social media. You're on social media. Whether you're for recast or not for recast, you're on social media. If you're an MCU fan, you're active on social media. If you're a Black Panther comic book fan, you're active on social media. If you're a comic book fan, you're active on social media. If you're a Black Panther MCU fan, you're active on social media. You participate in stuff is what I'm saying. And I've been looking at discourse since Kevin Feige came to the stage on December 10th. This was 2020. That discourse isn't getting any better. It's getting worse. Just being honest with you. And that is not synonymous with having a successful franchise. For the fan base to keep splitting, it's worse. Whether you for or against, that's not what this video is about. This video, honestly, this is a woke video, if you want to say it like that. This is a woke video. If you're participating in these discourses, regardless of who you are, you see what's going on. Like, you're part of it. There is no coming together with comic book fans and with the MCU fans. That gap is getting bigger. And when you got MCU influencers pretending to be comic book influencers, telling comic book fans, if you got a problem, essentially, go stay with the comic books. That's not a recipe for success. That's stupid to even suggest. Tiffany Starling. That's stupid to even suggest. Why? You need a core fan base from any demographic. You need a core fan base. Harry Potter needed Harry Potter book fans to make it do what it did. Star Trek fans needed Star Trek fans, both old and new, to come help bridge the gap between movie fans who didn't know a damn thing about Star Trek. J.J. Abrams knew what he was doing. He was like, oh, no, Star Trek, Journey in the Darkness, that was sheer brilliance. That was sheer brilliance. If you are a Star Trek fan, that dude tied, I don't know how many decades worth of Star Trek lore and how many decades, generations worth of Star Trek fans into one film. You're like, yeah, here you go. Here you go. And if you're a Star Trek fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, that's part of the problem. That's why you don't see it. But over here, and it's baffling because I've never seen this before. There's a studio that has an IP and it doesn't give two damns how wide the gap gets between the fan base. Like I said, this video right here, this is a safe space. This ain't got nothing to do whether I'm for or against. I'm telling you, I'm against them not recasting the character. Yes, they need to recast T'Challa. But think about this for a second. How often is the third movie the best movie? You watch movies. And mind you, how often is the third movie the most expensive movie to make? Because they trying to outdo the previous two. They trying to outdo the previous two. So they're going to increase the budget. Well, if you're going to increase the budget, you need, for this movie to be successful, you need all hands on deck. You need all hands on deck. You don't need people dividing the fan base. No, you need somebody that's going to bring that fan base together. I want us to think about something for a second here. Because I went back and I looked at it, like I said, I'm gonna greet everybody that's in here and everything like that. We got 5. That's enough for me to stay alive. 6. Yeah, makes me feel nice. I'm sorry. When I couldn't think anything with 6 real quick. Here we go. We got short and quick. Title is it D.O.A? I tell it. What's going on? And we got D. Steezle, Mr. Rock with me Nation in the building. So just me stepping back. Just stepping back. What was the appeal of the first movie? How you get 1.3 billion? Because mind you, they didn't really spend that much on the first movie. That was one of the cheapest movies they made in the MCU. They really didn't, because they didn't really believe in it like that. Just being fair. Just being fair. But what was it about the first movie, with all that being said, they got 1.3 billion? What was the draw? What was the draw? First MCU movie with a leading black character. What was the draw? First time you get to see T'Challa live action. They didn't say nothing about nobody else. No. It's quite a few folks went to go see that first Black Panther movie. They ain't know nobody else outside of T'Challa and Baby Shorty. It didn't. Ain't know nothing about nobody else. Ain't nobody no damn Dora Milaje or nothing like that. Clearly, they didn't know a damn thing about Sion. So let's just say right there, that was the first live action portrayal of T'Challa and Shorty. A lot of folks went to go see that. Okay, first portrayal of an African nation, Wakanda. They know Wakanda. They know Wakanda, T'Challa, and Shuri. They don't know nothing else. I want to see what this look like in film. Okay. That's a draw. That's a draw. That's a draw. Chadwick Boseman was there. That's a draw. Michael B. Jordan was there. That's a draw. Angela B. Bassett, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, Queen. Angela Bassett was in that movie. That's a draw. They had that movie lit. That was a draw. Okay. What happened? They took a $500,000 hit. What happened? Whether you for the movie, against the movie, whether you like the recast, whether you don't like it, what was the difference? Angela Bassett returned for the second movie. She did. So did Michael B. Jordan. Ryan Coogler returned as the director. You had a lot, they invested a lot of money into that movie. They did. What was the difference? Whether you were for the movie or were you against the movie, did you move differently? Did you? If you rented out the movie theater the first time, did you do it the second time? If you bought multiple tickets for family members and friends the first time, did you do it the second time? If you invited people, took somebody out on a date the first time, did you do it the second time? If you went to go see it multiple times the first time, did you do it the second time? These are all rhetorical questions. They are. If you spent money on merch the first time, did you do it the second time? Those are all fair questions because that movie didn't do that well. Okay. Why you didn't? If you didn't do what you did the first time, why not? That's a rhetorical question. You ain't got to put it in the chat. You don't. You ain't got to say nothing. Like I said, this is a safe space. This is a safe space. Mind you, the rumblings were already there. The divide was already there because they decided not to recast the character. That was sitting right there. That ain't got no better. Like, that wound ain't been healed, and you ain't heard nothing from the studio saying, we gonna fix it. Okay, well, it's safe to say you gonna, because they say Denzel Washington, he costs change. Denzel, not cheap, so that affects their bottom line. That affects the budget. It does. Okay, well, Queen Mother Ramona not there. What's the draw? What's the draw for Black Panther 3? Because I know what it was for the second movie. Just like I told you what it was for the first movie, I'm going to tell you what it was for the second movie. For the second movie, it was, to some folks, a farewell to Chadwick Boseman. That's not there for the third movie. That's not there. Some folks wanted to see just how they were going to delete T'Challa. Well, he's deleted now. That draw's not there for the third movie. It's not. It ain't. Okay, T'Challa. That's a polarizing issue with the fans, whether they for or against. Toussaint, T'Challa Jr., whatever you want to call him, that's a polarizing issue. That said, the leaks were already out there that he and Nakia had a child. That wasn't enough. They still took a $500,000 hit. Okay, well, the only thing you get ready to see maybe in the third movie is either A, Toussaint aged up. But here's the confusion. Is it Toussaint aged up or is it a T'Challa variant? If it's a T'Challa variant, what are they doing with Toussaint Jr.? With Toussaint? Make that make sense. And you want to get that clarified. You want to get that crystal clear. You don't want to go into the movie like that, your third movie that you finna spend more money on. You don't want to head into that movie with that type of uncertainty looming over it, considering how polarizing, how divided that is. That's an issue. Whether you like Toussaint don't like Tucson. You on the message boards. Whether you like him or not, you on the message boards. Whether you like T'Challa Jr., don't like T'Challa Jr., you're on the message boards. That issue is not being resolved. Fans of the character, whether they be comic book fans or MCU fans, aren't arriving to a common ground. No, they're not. You got comic book fans saying, F it, I got my comic books. You got MCU fans saying, fine, stay on over there. Here's the problem. To a degree, that's what happened during the second movie. That was before more folks got educated. That was before more folks started sitting around saying, wait a minute, what's going on over here with Thunderbolt Ross? Which is crazy. Yes, Tiffany Starling, you trigger me. When folks be on social media going back and forth about the recast, William Hurt sits right there. Everybody that's against the recast, they never mention him. Matter of fact, some of them same people, they encouraged people to go see Captain America 4. They never mention the inconsistency in regards to William Hurt. They will throw a BS behind narrative in there talking about ain't nobody like William Hurt. He wasn't in jail. He wasn't locked up. It wasn't nobody protesting him working at Marvel. I'm sorry. I'm not saying he was the nicest person in the world. God knows I'm not saying that. But he wasn't no Ezra Miller. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't no Ezra Miller. No, that ain't what was going on. They recast that character. You can say what you want to say about Paul Walker. You can say what you want to say about Christopher Reeve. But with quite a few fans, the inconsistency when it comes to the studio and how they treat recast when an actor passes away, not only did they both pass away, nobody was filming a movie the character they portrayed was going to be in when they passed away. Everybody was home. Everybody was home. So when you look at Black Panther 3 and you got all that surrounding it, because we on these message boards. That's the thing. And like I said, whether you for or against, you're on the message boards. Whether you for the recast, whether you're not for the recast, you're on the message boards. You're engaging with people. You don't see that problem being resolved. It ain't like you got to come to Jesus meeting. It ain't like y'all dapping it up. Hey, we good. We gonna support. No, this franchise is in trouble. Being sassy, being smart mouth and everything like that, telling one another to kick rocks and everything. That's by and large, your comic book fans checked out of the second movie. That was then. What do you think's going to happen by the time 2028 get here? It's going to be more folks than checked out. That's just what that is. You're going to look at inflation. They're going to spend more money. They're going to take a bigger L. I'm sitting up here trying to figure out how big of an L that's going to be. Because then I look at the merch side of the house. If all you do is go to the movies, you ain't doing what you think you're doing to drive up the numbers. There's a lot in play with that. You can't just go see the movie one time. You got to go see it multiple times. You got to go buy the DVD. You got to go buy the Blu-ray. You got to go buy damn near everything they drop associated with that movie. If you're not doing that, you're not driving the numbers up on that movie like you think you are. You're not. Where do they go? You're going to drop another T'Challa figure that look like who? Because if you drop another T'Challa figure that look like Chadwick Boseman to the action figure collectors that are Black Panther fans, that's going to come across like pandering. They not going to buy it. And if you ain't bought an action figure, you're not pressed to buy one. You're not pressed to buy one. So there that goes right there. They've already gotten what they could have gotten out of Shorty as an action figure. Whether it's Shorty as a Black Panther or Shorty not the Black Panther, they cannot move them action figures. And regardless of how much you say you like Shorty, if you ain't bought everything Shorty related, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You didn't help the second movie. You didn't. I, as somebody who didn't care for the second movie, who didn't pay for the second movie, I bought a Shorty Black Panther action figure from that series. I did more than some folks that, yeah. If you didn't do that, that was a problem. Well, what action figure do they release for the third movie to drive the numbers? Eric Killmonger's already out there. You already got M'Baku. You already got Everett Ross. Good luck with the Queen Mother Ramunda. I doubt it. Wasn't she deleted in the second movie? What do you release with the third movie to drive numbers? Because you're going to need help. Because you can't do another 1.3. You can't do 1 nothing. You cannot. You got to go above 1.3. You daggum show can't fall below 8. I'm trying to figure out, where do you make up the ground if you do not repair the rift between the fan bases? And that ain't my job. I'm just telling y'all what I see. Once again, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. You can want to go see Black Panther 3. I'm not telling you not to do it. You cannot want to go see Black Panther 3. I'm not telling you not to do it. What I'm telling you to do is pay attention. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention and look. When you in them debates, them conversations, don't just participate. Look at what's being said. Look at what's being said. Look at how it is being said. Look at to whom it's being said, and ask you, is that favorable for a third movie? Ask you, you've been to movies before. You've seen Die Hard 3. You have. You didn't see the Star Wars trilogies. You have. You know how this go. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just telling you something you probably ain't think about. But you need a united fan base for Black Panther 3 to do whatever they say it, because it's not going to do what they saying it's going to do right now. And you know that based on them conversations. You know that. So this is me asking the question. Is it because Ryan Coogler is polarizing? If you got to defend Ryan Coogler in them conversations, that means some folks don't want him back. Just the mere mention of him being associated with Black Panther rubs some folks the wrong way. It rubbed them the wrong way when he decided to gatekeep T'Challa. He's coming back. You could want him back. You could. I'm not saying he should or he shouldn't. I'm saying it's polarizing. That's what I'm saying. No differently than the child is polarizing. You can bring the child back. You can. You like it. I love it. I'm just telling you, it's some folks. And that number didn't grown. That's the other thing. The number of people that were upset about Black Panther, T'Challa, the Black Panther, not being recast, that number's just grown. It's just grown over the years. If they not getting their information from myself and a few others, they're going to go get it on their own. You can't explain to them why T'Challa gone. You can't explain to them why the Queen Mother Ramona gone. You can't. They know better. They both alive over there in the comics. You got that whole Scion issue. I know some folks like to make light of it. It's a running joke in the Rock With Me Nation. That's an issue. That is a big problem. Because right off the rip, in the first movie, as far as some folks are concerned, Ryan Coogler threw his middle finger up to Black Panther by turning the younger brother of T'Chaka into a traitor and having damn near everybody and their mama that don't read a comic book thinking that's what that is. I'm telling you, I'm going to read these notes. I came in for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. You might not like what I said. You ain't got to. Listen, teachers would give us quizzes on the first day of school, wouldn't they? We didn't like them either, did it? Did it matter? You know, it didn't matter. I'm going to keep up with these notes. Man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Listen, like I said, just like the video. If you've been here for this long, like the video. You ain't got to say nothing, but this is how we pay the bills and everything. Daddy got a graduation to attend to in May. So if you can help a brother out, daughter graduate from law school, please and thank you. Just hit the like button. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to say nothing. Just hit the like button. Just hit that like button. And I'm not smart enough to be able to, and I'm not going to do that. See who all like the video. But yeah, please and thank you. We got Tell 'em up in here. Groovy Fee. D. Steezle, the lovely Grand Madam Tarot had a live today. She had a video. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. D. Steezle, Tell 'em. S. Jaddix is in the building. My brother Kimoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group, is in the building. Let me see. All right, so we're going to get to these notes because I don't want to be rude. I was raised better than that. Shout out to Freddie Mae Butler, Anderson Butler, Paulette Butler, and Patsy Butler. Yeah. I was raised better than that. Aunt too. She who had all the whooping utensils hanging off a nail on the wall. What's going on? Everybody's greeting one another. D. Steezle says also a decent Captain America Civil War introduction plus MCU phase hype too. A lot of fans thought the Soul Stone would be in Wakanda. Comic book fans. S. Jaddix says, if I had to guess, Coogler tries to do everything but recast Denzel. Storm, if he can get her, I think the focus shifts from Shuri to Toussaint. The box office told them we need a male Black Panther, not T'Challa. If that's what the box office told them, they weren't paying attention because the arguments in the chats ain't got nothing to do with a male Black Panther. the arguments in the chat, that's why I said the arguments in the chat are about T'Challa and Toussaint, not a male Black Panther. It's T'Challa. They better figure it out. Me, well, I got Wakanda at the house. Keeping up with these notes. Coogler can make a damn good movie, just not a damn good Black Panther movie. And you know what? Some folks aren't going to understand what you just said because they're going to think when folks say they don't want Ryan Coogler returning to Black Panther or any other Marvel project for that matter regarding a Black superhero, they're thinking that those folks don't like Ryan Coogler. No, some of them folks like myself enjoyed Sinners. Some of those folks actually believe the accolades he got regarding Sinner are well-deserved. We don't look at him and say, oh, he don't know what he's doing. We say when it comes to this over here, he don't know what he's doing. Now, the thing is, the folks who saying he know what he's doing are movie fans. The folks saying he don't know what he's doing are the comic book fans. We're not having this conversation with the Superman. We're not. Everybody, we're not having this conversation with how somebody did Batman back in the day. We're not. Christian Bale, whatever, the director, Christopher Nolan, he good. He good. The dude that did Batman with Michael Keaton, ain't no problems over there. Ain't no problems over there. Ain't no. The guys that did Spider-Man, Both of them, no problems. And the fan bases ain't talking about, oh, they can't come back. The fan bases over there then actually got a whole damn 3-hour movie. Lord Jesus have mercy. Please don't tell nobody else what can and cannot be done. They got a whole damn movie. You got folks paying attention to the fan base. Over here, nobody cares. That is the wildest damn thing to me. That's not consistent. It ain't. We gonna practice cognitive dissonance over here with Black Panther, and we've been doing it forever. We've been doing it forever. The other thing, movie fans don't take into consideration. I'm just telling you, Black Panther comic book fans are pissed. You might be mad. You might feel like it's disrespectful. You got quite a few Black Panther fans that made it their business to learn about Chadwick Boseman outside of Black Panther. Ironically enough, because of what he did in Black Panther, they went to learn about the dude outside of Black Panther. There's quite a few Black Panther comic book fans that did that. Nevertheless, I digress. Black Panther comic book fans know Black Panther been disrespected since Captain America, the First Avenger. All they're looking at is more disrespect. You either care or you don't. And I'm telling you, you ain't got to. You ain't got to care. But it's some folks that do. And them folks that do, just in case you're unclear of history, I'm finna help you out. This is how the rubber meets the road and folks miss out. Black Panther, the video game where anybody could be T'Challa, they closed that studio down. They gonna say temporarily. That was temporarily almost a year and a half ago. You ain't heard no update. There was a lot of outrage when they announced how you could play that game. Yeah, you might have wanted to play it, but there was a segment out there that didn't even want it to see the light of day. Then you talk about, what is it? Captain America 1943? Captain America, Black Panther, what is it? Rise of Hydra? They shut that studio down about a year and a half ago. And you can say it's temporary, but you ain't heard nothing, no updates in about a year and a half. You wanted that video game. I'm not telling you were right or wrong for wanting it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, just like you wanted it, there was a demographic that did not want that video game to see the light of day. Guess what happened? The Eyes of Wakanda. Mind you, what I mentioned thus far had nothing to do with T'Challa, had nothing to do with the comic book lore of Black Panther. And as I said in one video, when folks say stuff like that, they like to nitpick. No, I'm reading Supernatural, the comic book right now. The comic book respects the source material, which is the TV show. That's why I love it. Because as a Supernatural fan, they're respecting the lore. That's the TV show. Well, with Black Panther, that's problematic. That's problematic. They're getting further and further away from the lore and low-key being braggadocious about it. Nobody cared from that camp about the Eyes of Wakanda. Yeah, you got it. If you like it, I love it. But it was a segment that didn't. They shut that animation studio down. There is no season 2. There is no season 2. So while you can feel like you want to feel and say what you want to say, there's a segment that's moving in silence. They've been moving in silence. They're not announcing nothing. They just moving. And that character, that IP is costing Marvel money. If they put out Black Panther 3, based on everything you know, like I said, you can like the movie. You could have absolutely loved Black Panther 2. but you didn't make up the financial difference when you went to go see Black Panther 2. You didn't bail them out. What are you going to do for Black Panther 3? Because like I said, that divide is getting wider. Whether you for it or against it, it ain't like folks are agreeing to say, you know what, let's put our differences to the side. Let's go see it. And being arrogant and cocky and talking about it on various YouTuber videos and everything, you can interview Ryan all day. You interviewed Ryan before. It didn't save the second movie. You can bring Michael back. You brought him back for the second movie. It didn't save it. You can bring Angela back. She was there in the third. She was there in the second movie. She couldn't save it, and she put on an Oscar-worthy performance and couldn't save it. You gonna bring in Denzel Washington? Okay, Denzel Washington would be the dude that's low key taken up for Chadwick Boseman not being there. You remember Ryan said, "I'm doing a movie without a leading actor." But who does Denzel play in this movie that makes it make sense? Do not say Akibe. Because if you say Akibe, that's going to irk the Black Panther comic book fans even further. Because now you finna take T'Challa's villain and match him up against either Shuri or Child. That's not a recipe for success. Because you ain't doing that with nobody else. Bruce's story is Bruce's story. Clark's story is Clark's story. And if you want to know why you did not get a James Rhodes War Machine Armor War series, it's because ain't nobody stupid at the MCU. That ain't his story. That's Tony's story. And everybody that's either a Iron Man fan or somebody that's against black characters having leads was going to call that out. Oh, he ain't even got his own damn story. Oh, for him to even be worth something as a hero, to be credible, they got to get him Tony's story. Oh, they'd have rubbed everybody's face in it. And you might have been good to take that. You might be able to compromise your beliefs and just say, I will accept that. No, that wasn't gonna fly. That wasn't gonna fly. So that's why you didn't get War Machine. If you want to know why you ain't got no Miss Marvel season 2, Kamala Khan as a comic book character ain't got it like that. You have no monumental stories to tell with her to justify bringing back that character for season 2. You don't. Same thing with Moon Knight. Moon Knight got canceled. You like Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a cultural icon in the comic books. That series don't sell like that. That series does not sell like that for people to sit back and say, oh, we're going to do Moon Knight. If you think it's a game, I'm just going to tell you, they've deleted the character in the comic books. Yeah, they shelved him. Brought him back. But yeah, Mark Spector actually got replaced in the comic books. So you can like the movie. This ain't this video telling you not to. It's not. I'm just asking a question. And it's not telling us I ask difficult questions. How do you make it up? If you can't get the fan bases to come together, this is not going to work. It don't take a rocket scientist to see that. There are too many polarizing factors in play that need to be resolved well before this movie comes out. As it stands right now, Marvel seems to be of the mindset, we gonna hold serve. You got set last time. Nobody made a big deal. Folks just moved how they moved. You alienated people. Now, I don't know whether we are not taking that group respectfully enough as we should. I don't know whether we're underestimating that demographic because the public perception is they're just black men. It's not. I assure you, it's not. There are black women pissed off about that. There are men and women from every race pissed off about it. 38 Hot. That was the biggest mistake folks ever thought, was that T'Challa was only loved by black people. Stop it. He was created by 2 white dudes. You overplaying your hand. I don't have a solution. That's the other thing. I don't have a solution because I don't see this being resolved in a manner that satisfies anybody. Some folks, while they will sit back and say, oh, a variant. I'm telling you, it's some folks over there, they don't give two damns about no variant. They don't want no variant. They don't want no child. They want what they should have had in the beginning. What you better do is reset the MCU before you get to Black Panther 3. That's their mindset. You better reset the MCU before you better take advantage of these two movies right here. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret War to reset the MCU before we even get to Black Panther 3. We better be moving like we should have been moving. That's how some of them feel. They're not accepting a compromise. They're dug in. That's what that is. So if this don't get resolved, they don't want Ryan Coogler back. That's non-negotiable. Ryan Coogler will have to do a complete 180 publicly in regards to his treatment, perception, respect for T'Challa. He will have to go above and beyond for that demographic, that segment, that population to what they don't want him back. They don't want him back in the MCU, period. Forget just having him back up with Black Panther. They don't want him back at all. That's not going to go away. That's going to get worse. That is going to get worse. Stop having social media influencer slick talk folks. Slick talking T'Challa, downplaying the significance of Sion as a character. That ain't doing nothing but further alienating them because they see it as a lack of respect, not just for a comic book character. They see it, they view it, they feel it, they perceive it, they receive it as a respect for them as a people, for their men. They're not the only ones feeling that way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You might not care. You ain't got to. You didn't care the second movie. You saw how that went. You saw how that went. Well, as I look at it, you take a $500,000 hit. Historically speaking, what's the third movie? Always costs more to make because they always going to try and outdo the first two movies. So you know they're coming in with a bigger budget. You know the first budget wasn't that big. You know that. You know what you did for the first movie. You know what you did for the second movie. You know what you're going to do for the third one. You do. The question is not just what you're going to do, whether or not what you're going to do going to matter. I've seen the history when the fan base is united. When the fan base was united before the first movie, you got 1.3 billion. That is absolutely what that was. You had everybody talking to one another. You had folks that did not know anything about the character having conversations with people that knew the character. It was a bridging thing. It was a bonding thing. It was something that our people really could have used. We could have been sitting around at the coffee shop talking Xhosa to one another, talking Swahili to one another, because we would have bonded over something. That's not what happened. That's what the actor wanted. But that's not what happened. What happened is fans chalked up the deuces to one another, started disrespecting one another, started talking trash to one another, started saying F you to one another, saying, well, damn it, you stay where you at. That's not conducive to a successful movie. That's not conducive to a successful franchise. It's not. It's a perfect setup for failure. I don't think you got to be a rocket scientist to see that. Like I said, I'm going to check these comments, then we're going to move on. I didn't want to come here all night. Let me see here. Keeping up with the notes. It would be my theory. This is from S. Jadix. It will always be my theory that if Michael B. Jordan had been cast as T'Challa, that he would have been far more comic accurate. That's sad. That's sad. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm saying that's sad. But if you watch Black Panther, the first movie, one of the other things that Black Panther comic book fans were upset about was T'Challa didn't have the most screen time in his own movie. Now, you say what you want to. That's a fair observation. That's a fair complaint. It's your movie and you ain't got the most screen time in it. Why not? Especially if this is supposed to be your origin movie. You should have more screen time so we can set you up and establish you before we worry about establishing everybody else. That's not what happened. Deleted by water balloons. That would be D Steezle. D Steezle. That's something else. Folks that are comfortable, okay, with T'Challa being gone, you never stop to think that the fans that want the character recast, they're not happy about the Queen Mother Ramona being gone. As far as those people are concerned, Queen Mother Ramona should still be there. T'Challa should still be there. And there should be an Uncle Sion somewhere waiting for his opportunity to sacrifice himself for the Queen Mother Ramona when Dr. Doom come to Wakanda. That's what the comic book fans looking at. Keep going. Michael B. Jordan looks nothing like T'Challa. Hey, let some fans tell it. Aaron Pierre don't look anything like Jon Stewart. But wait, he didn't look anything, did he? He looked like Killmonger, did he? Where was the shag? Me, I look more like the older version of Killmonger than from the movies than from the comics. Killmonger never looked like this. Kugler ruins everything. I'm going to limit it to the superhero side of the house. That's what I will do. And anybody want to pull me up for a debate regarding how I feel about that, feel free. You're going to get your feelings hurt. But if you want that debate, that smoke that Ryan Coogler sucks as a superhero director, writer, holla at your boy. Moving right along, D. Steezle says, Mr. Ray Smith, my elder is in the building. Now, low-key, he got something to do with this video. He do. Honestly, there'll be times when y'all just never know what role you gonna play in me pulling up, doing a live and everything like that. But the fact that we engage one another on a daily basis, if not weekly basis, yeah, y'all, the Rock With Me Nation is the motivation for the videos that I be doing. So yeah, Mr. Ray Smith, he hit me up first thing this morning. Theo, look at this. I'm just not turning over. I got crust in my. I ain't even had a cup of coffee. Theo, look at this. I look at it. It's some guy talking about what Logan can do to T'Challa. I don't get caught up in them conversations no more. I don't. Shout out to my brother Dora. Shout out to Kimoyo. I like my mental peace. I don't do them no more. I don't. See, the MCU fan don't know anything about. Well, I guess they're gonna tell y'all in Black Panther 3. Anyway, the MCU comic book, the MCU Black Panther fan don't know nothing, don't care nothing about anti-metal. You can be a Wolverine comic book fan, not give two doggone about Black Panther T'Challa. You don't know what he can do. You don't know what he can't do. You just gonna talk. And I'm perfectly fine letting folks talk. The fact that I know how Logan's abilities operate better than some Wolverine fans, so be it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Buddy, stand there. You got Wolverine, you got T'Challa. You got T'Challa, you got Wolverine. You got T'Challa, you got Wolverine, you got Wolverine, you got T'Challa. Now let me stay right here for a second. The anti-metal clause. Logan has a healing factor. It's already working overtime to compensate for his adamantium skeleton. It's already working overtime. His adamantium skeleton, which is composed of adamantium. It's a metal. It's not immune to anti-metal. Oh, no, it's not. And if you are a comic book fan and you've been reading for a minute, it's a She-Hulk story sitting out there where there was a storage of anti-metal in New York Somehow the crates broke open, and the antimetal, Spider-Man was there, the antimetal being exposed to the air was causing structural damages to all the buildings in New York. All of them. You got to seal that back up quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, I know writers don't write it like that. They don't. But if I expose you to an odorless nerve toxin, are you not effed up and I ain't even touched you? I'm just looking at you. Are you not feeling the effects of the nerve toxin? Okay, well, imagine T'Challa unsheathing his anti-metal claws, and he's standing, I don't know, what we doing, 10 feet? You don't think Logan finna start feeling off? He's standing there too damn long. He fixing to pass away from adamantium poisoning. Why? Because the adamantium is being dissolved into his bloodstream at this particular point, which is also being affected because Logan got iron in his bloodstream. Yeah, everything Logan got, this finna go left real, and T'Challa ain't touched this dude. When you know stuff like that, when you possess that type of knowledge, knowledge is king. Knowledge reigns supreme over almost everything. When you got that type of knowledge, you don't feel compelled to go back and forth with nobody. Because I don't even want to get to the whole King of the Dead thing. So Logan him? Yeah, okay. So what if T'Challa called on all the Black Panthers from back in the day? Logan got it like, because they already dead. Now, mind you, that's him just calling on the Black Panthers that's already deceased. The King of the Dead mean he literally can summon the dead. Logan got it like that? So you mean tell me the dude that's 5'3" that's being afflicted with adamantium poisoning got it like that to take on every deceased person on the planet? Because the dude he going up against, I'm sorry, I said King of the Dead. That's me being so disrespectful. The Emperor of the Dead. Really? You're an MCU fan, you're not going to know that because they're not doing that over there. And we don't want to see T'Challa's abilities accredited to nobody else. Just like we don't want to see Shuri's abilities accredited to nobody else. Not no child, not no other adult, not no other fictional character. No, none of that. None of that. We need our Wakanda represented like folks got they Gotham and they Metropolis represented. They getting a Supergirl over there, ain't they? Amen. Amen. They got Clark and Supergirl, right? Clark been on the board even after folks that passed away. Yeah, well, you need to know his folks over there feel some type of way. While you be on your message boards bragging about Clark Kent, Superman, James Gunn, Batman, every time you talk about a character that's been recast over here and you all glee, ha ha, you irking folks over here. They see it. They see the inconsistency. They see the disingenuousness. Don't be no movie reviewer hyping up no MCU movie, and you was okay with T'Challa being deleted. Don't. You're going to lose all credibility like that. Don't be no comic book reviewer hyping up a non-recast, and you've been good with all this going on over here. Folks going to look at that, see that, they call that for what that is. They see the inconsistency, whether they say something to you or not, they see it. So you lose all credibility. In essence, you're not going to be able to rely on your number one movie reviewer nor your number one comic book reviewer to get the needle to move with these people. These people, whether they check for them or not, don't respect them as far as being credible when it comes to Black Panther nothing. Mind you, these were the same people that were either okay with it or supported it and couldn't get the numbers to move during the second movie. They tried to get you to go. They did. You didn't. Some of them rented out movie theaters, bought the movie for the whole daggum neighborhood. They did that for the first movie. I don't think they did it for the second movie, but they encouraged you to go. You didn't, for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So it's Black Panther 3, in my opinion, dead on arrival. Well, I don't know how we saving the patient if we arguing about how we gonna treat the patient. Like we don't know how we gonna treat the patient. You want to do something, they want to do something. I don't know what you're gonna do, but arguing about how to treat the patient, that's not gonna save the patient. It ain't. You need to come to a consensus. Whatever that is, but if you do not come to a consensus prior to the patient hitting the movie theater, said patient is not gonna make it. You know that. You know that. You said patient ain't gonna make it. You go into this movie right now. These are your drawing attractions for the third movie. Denzel Washington. That's what's different. Is that enough? Okay. If they say Idris Elba, Damson Idris, to you, Black Panther fan, MCU, comic book, is Damson Idris and Denzel Washington enough to move the needle? Because at the very least, you don't want to make less money than the first movie. And you dadgum show don't want to make less money than the second movie. You would like to make more money than the first movie. That's what you would like to do. But you damn sure can't make the same amount of movie, the same amount of money as the second movie did, because that's not going to take inflation into consideration. Yeah, because they'll spin the block and say the second movie would have outperformed the third movie if it was released today. Yeah, they say stuff like that. Do you not know they tell folks that the first movie, if it was released today, 1.3 ain't all it would have made? Oh, no. It would be the high. I'm of the mindset it'd be the highest grossing Marvel movie, period, adjusted for inflation. So you got to make it do what it's going to do. I don't know how. I don't see it. Do I see a Kimoyo as an action figure that I would purchase? I get that. Does that mean I'm going to go see Black Panther 3? No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said I would get the Kimoyo action figure. Well, okay, what else? Toussaint? Oh, hell no. I'm not going to buy Toussaint nothing. I would not. That would make my skin crawl. My wife would probably curse me out. I'm not buying Toussaint, Teachey, nothing. No. You better buy it for me. Don't send it to me. Don't. No. So I don't know. Okay. Well, if we got a Kimoyo, we got Toussaint. A T'Challa variant, what that gonna look like? Damson Idris? Is that enough? He got a different costume? Because that's the only way that's gonna work for you to get some change. But mind you, just because the comic book fan buys those action figures don't mean they go into the movie. It don't. They sit up there saying, oh, okay, I can make this work in my action figure collection. Are you gonna buy the action figures? You didn't do it the second time. You're gonna need to buy them. You're gonna need to buy them. Let me see. S. Jaddix, this comes from D. Steezle, based on Nate's own pre-PB1 words, though. I think he and Ryan would have still focused more on that world of Wakanda. That was his verbiage. Yeah, they want to talk about other folk. This go all the way back to I think May 8th, 2000. Y'all like Theodore? No, y'all know they was already done with T'Challa 3 months after the movie. Yeah, them articles still sit out there. Ain't nobody refute nothing. Folks just don't want to ask them no questions. But yeah, they wanted to move past T'Challa 3 months after. Yeah. Don't make me do it. Y'all know I got the videos. Yeah, y'all know I got them. Yeah. Mr. Ray Smith is greeting everybody. Kimoyo says wait, hold on. Grand Madam Tarot. Did I miss some folks? Mr. Luke Cage, what's going on? Man, Americana Wild, what's going on? Everybody pull it up. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I don't want to be no rude host and everything like that. Grand Madam, good looking. Grand Madam, call that out. Thank you. I'm blind in one eye. I can't see out there. Thank you, Grand Madam. The Russos are using Black Panther 3 to launch the rebooted universe during Secret War, so BP3 is Coogler's in name only as it takes place in the Battle World universe. Hey, man. It'd be one of them times I'm rooting for. Well, not one time, because I always root for my brother Kimoyo. I just hope he's right. Because if he's not, if T'Challa ain't resolved before Black Panther 3, then kiss the baby goodbye. You kiss the baby. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work unless the fans that want to go see that movie are prepared to do twice as much, 3 times as much what they did to support the first movie. They're gonna need help, and that's just what that is. They're gonna need help. D. Steezle says Black Panther 3 will finally be Ryan's swan song. He'll go out in the blaze of, oh Lord. I ain't gonna repeat that. Kimoyo says Coogler botched it so bad in Black Panther 2 that the Russos are going to hold his hand and lean him over like uncle. Hey, it ain't looking good. Mr. Luke Cage said, well, Nakia should be a villain according to the comics. Her having a kid with T'Challa is terrible. And you see what Mr. Luke Cage said? You either care or you don't. That either bothers you or you don't. If it don't bother you, it don't bother you. It's some folks bothered. It's some folks bothered by the fact that it was even written when it didn't have to be that T'Challa had a child out of wedlock. They were like, oh, our king would never. Like, that's the whole thing. You got folks sitting up saying he would never have a child with a woman and not be married to her. His daddy? Papa was a rolling stone. Hey, wherever he laid his hat. Yeah, but not him. You might not care. You might not. I'm telling you, it's you on the message board. So it ain't like I'm not telling you something you don't know. You know that whether you pro or con, you on the message board. You know that's a sore point. You know it. You know it. Let me keep up. Thank you so much. Y'all show your love one more time. Let me get back here and everything like that. Mr. Luke Cage, I like that. The crown. Appreciate that. Let me see here. Got Americana Wild up in here. Keeping up with these notes. But yeah, you don't know what they're gonna do with Nakia. Black Panther 2 did not break even as it didn't clear 900 million to $1 billion like it needed to at all. Which is crazy because we said we wasn't going. That was the other thing. You had folks that said they not gonna go. You had folks say, oh, it don't mean nothing. And you had folks trying to belittle folks who said, I'm not going if they deleting T'Challa. And they meant what they said. Like this, what I tell you. Let me keep up. Coogler just got no respect. This is from S. Jaddix. Coogler just got no respect for source material. Sinners is great. I agree. It is great. The difference between Creed and Black Panther 1 is that slide check Ryan while Feige and Moore let him do whatever he wanted to. And I just want folks to understand something. There are quite a few Rocky fans that feel some type of way about Apollo being written with here we go. Writing consistency. Out of left field, Apollo got a child out of wedlock. That's not how T'Challa was. I'm sorry. That's not how Apollo was ever portrayed in a Rocky movie. Apollo Creed was never written like that dude that had a wandering eye in a Rocky movie. No, we got to wait till we get here. You say what you want to, but that's a stereotypical trope. That's 2 different movies, 2 different franchises. He's repeating the same thing. That's an issue with fans that are comic book fans. They see tropes, negative, stereotypical tropes, being repeated, being used when they don't need to be. You might not care. Over here, they do. And they calling it out. Till this day, this comes from Not Tell Him. To this day, I don't get why Angela Bassett's Ramon is dead. Shake my head. He convinced her. That's one of those things that comic book fans do not understand when they know the story of the Queen Mother Ramonda and they respect the Queen Mother Ramonda. They do not know why that character got deleted. And while folks feel like their wrath, their ire was only because T'Challa was deleted, what Black Panther movie fans don't understand is that Black Panther comic book fans are sick and tired of how the entire IP has been disrespected. The nation of Wakanda, the characters in Wakanda, not just T'Challa, is everything about Black Panther that Marvel has allowed to happen since Captain America, the First Avenger. Folks still trying to figure out how Howard got the vibranium. Well, there's a brother involved in this story. And if you're a comic book fan and you are somebody that's about representation of Black characters, that Black character play a role. He was glazed over, and not in a good way. Folks like to glaze folks over. Nobody says a daggum thing about Gabe. He plays a role. Howard ain't just getting no vibranium. Grand Madam Tarot says, without the leading actor, it's an ensemble cast. That does not work if the audience is used to a lead actor. I hate when they do that. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And if folks don't know what she means when she says ensemble cast, any Ocean's movie. Yeah, we know who the key folks was, but it was all of them. So that's an ensemble cast. Best Man would be an ensemble cast. Let me see here. I like this one. The Brothers. Shout out to D.L. Hughley. That would be an ensemble cast. So absolutely right, Grand Madam Tarot. Not telling to get the Oscar. Not telling that was heart-wrenching shock factor. It just made me mad. Absolutely. Her Oscar moment was giving the speech at the UN. It was not her being deleted. Black directors use Black trauma to get an Oscar or Academy Award or whatever. I want them to understand we don't need it. Great writing is great writing. You don't need to overcook the grits, as somebody used to tell me. You don't. Great writing is great writing. Mr. Luke Cage says T'Challa is universally adored by many ethnicities. $1.3 billion. You ain't getting that just from one demographic. He's absolutely right. I still believe Chadwick rewrote and directed the Black Panther movie with Coogler right there. Well, the devil is in the details, Grand Madam. You be amazed at when you listen to folks, what they say and what they don't say if you just paying attention. Oh, he was a savage on the set. Oh, the actor was a savage on the set. Oh, he wouldn't be satisfied unless this was right. The actor wasn't satisfied to But then again, if anybody is a Chadwick Boseman fan, they shouldn't be surprised by that, taken aback by that, if you consider what he got his degree in, what he actually went to Howard for. That shouldn't amaze nobody at all. It shouldn't. You should be like, I will go one step further and throw this in here as evidence, Exhibit A. I got Black Panther. I got Ryan Coogler. I ain't saying nothing. You like it, I love it. I got Chadwick Boseman, Message from the King. Now, folks like to say conspiracy theories and everything like that. I got my own conspiracy theory. I believe Message from a King was a love letter from Chadwick Boseman to Black Panther fans. Jacob King, why is that his last name? But why? He not from America? He not. He gonna sneak, he gonna come to America under a whole other identity. Damn, that's how Mr. Okonkwo wish. That sounds like Mr. Okonkwo, which you got a whole different identity. Don't nobody know who you is, and you gonna get retribution for your sister. Cause there ain't nobody getting no retribution for nobody over here in the MCU. And I know, because I'm a comic book fan, the character got retribution for his daddy. Not all the retribution, but it's a reason why somebody got a sonic blast on their hand, and it ain't got nothing to do with no Ultron. It's a reason why somebody got an effed up hand in comics. And it ain't got nothing to do with Ultron. No. That's him. That's him. My dog said, "Oh no, you gonna do my dad like that?" Oh, say no, we're not doing that on over here. If I can get Bruce Wayne looking at some pearls fall on the ground over and over and over again, Black Panther fans, regardless of whether they comic book fans or movie fans, should always be able to see T'Challa getting that get back. Should always be able to see T'Challa getting that get back. They should always see Claw blasting T'Chaka and T'Challa blasting Claw. They should always see that. Cartoon, animation, made in America, not made in America. They should always see that. Just like they see that rocket always leaving that exploding planet. We don't care. We don't care who's telling this story. That rocket always coming from that planet. That planet blowing up. That planet blowing up. Let me keep up here. Secret Wars is a supposed reset. I ain't got no dog in that fight. I said a long time ago, T'Challa no dollar. So I would hope so though. If they want some change for Black Panther 3, they want Black Panther 3 to make it do what it's gonna do. Oh, you better do something before we get there, because it ain't looking too good right now. Ensembles don't work for superhero solo movie. No, they don't. You right. That comes from SJatics. You're there for the main character, maybe the villain, not the side character. You're absolutely right. Black Panther, where have you been? Black Panther pulled up. Yeah, he did. He said reset. That's what he said. Shooty's arc as Black Panther ends at Doomsday. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's where the story arc ended. If you're a Black Panther movie fan, that might be good with you. But Black Panther comic book fans gonna be like, well, why did we even do this with Shooty in the first place? Because they know Shooty ran that with Doom. She told Doom, if I catch you back in Wakanda, I'm gonna do you. She lived to tell the tale. It was that fight with Proxima Midnight that was a problem. So we don't see, once again, you're gonna have Black Panther comic book fan. It's almost looking like you really gonna be hard pressed to satisfy them, because they're not necessarily a fan of how you treating Shooty either. Keeping it going. What did Ken Davis was timed out? He came to troll, so he's showing up late. So Ken Davis didn't understand the rules that you ain't got to agree. You don't, but be respectful. So he don't understand that. You say he came from a whole other channel. Okay. Well, here we go. Ken, this is Wakanda. We got borders. We got borders. See, this is why I don't believe in opening up the borders to everybody, because folks don't know how to act when they come. So Kimoyo, if he's here, right, could you put him on indefinite mute? We're gonna take away his communication capability, since he don't know how to do right by him. Yeah. Thank you. See, y'all, you know what it is? You don't think it's sharks in the water. It's Hatus in this channel. Yeah. Grand Madam Tarot. Okay, well, that's the Queen Mother. I don't know what y'all thinking. It's Dora's on this channel. Yeah. You watch what you say. You never know how it's gonna go. If this is a Black Panther channel, you don't think I got doors around me? And they quick with it. I ain't even see you get deleted. I'm like, golly, it's a Black Panther channel. You don't think I got hot too? That's the secret police. You must be a comic. You must be a movie fan. Ain't no way in the world you would come to a comic book channel that's a Black Panther channel thinking, hey, ooh, Lord Jesus have mercy. Get your knowledge up. Get your knowledge up. Well, Steezle, he gets it on site. Let me get on back here. Cause Ken Davis know the fans rejected shooting in Ryan's vision. The movie didn't make the money they were hoping for. He know that. He got a smart device. I ain't even doing that to go back and forth. I may be watching too many Nicholas Irvin shorts, but I think it's boot the butt time. That right there. OMG Steezle, yeah. He trolls all over YouTube on T'Challa topic. So he ain't got a life. So he ain't got no woman. Cause I know you're not spending your time trolling and you got a woman at the house. Like I don't know what I know. There's no way in the world I would choose trolling over my woman. There's making some money to pay some bills. Now, if trolling pay bills, it pay bills, but I don't know how that would. I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. That's a lonely life. You got to be a sad, pathetic individual to just want to go around on social media and just irk people. Like you have nothing productive to bring to the table at all. You just want to make folks mad. I'm gonna keep going. He wears a Kugler members only jacket. They got them. You say you booted him, Kimoyo. Appreciate it. Good looking. He can come back under one of his burn accounts. He probably got a whole bunch of them. Well, Steezle, yeah, he gets it on site. Logan stands have Duke Lord have mercy. Duke stands in it. They better get over that. Grand Madam, why do you think Steezle has the? He never responded, Theo. You know he wasn't gonna respond, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Oh, so this what wound up happening with Mr. Smith hit me up. I told y'all earlier. He hit me up early this morning. He was triggered. Dude said some stuff, and the dude was triggered. That was the thing. You could tell it was a response video. The dude was clearly upset about folks believing that T'Challa could beat Logan. Listen, don't argue with us. Go argue with your mama. So Mr. Ray Smith coming off the top rope. And he didn't need my help. I just felt like, no, you don't need me, Mr. Smith. That's overkill and everything like that. You finna bust butt upside the head. And so Mr. Ray Smith threw down the gauntlet. And you know, Mr. Ray Smith don't mind. If you feeling froggy, we got some folks you could come chop it up with. If you feeling froggy, you know, well, he wasn't feeling froggy. He ain't. Y'all know what I like to say. You know what you know, and you know what you don't know. You know what you know, and you know what you don't know. You would have to be a fool, a complete and utter idiot to get involved in a conversation / debate, and you don't, and you know the other person know what they know, and you know you don't know. You have to be complete and utter idiot to do that. I know. He know. I told you he wasn't. I told you what. Let me see here. Let me see. It ain't enough if it ain't the son of T'Chaka. Okay, here's what it is. Idris Elba from 20 years ago would move the needle for me. Absolutely. You know what? I want to spin the block on Kevin Davis, 8646. The epitome of stupidity. I just want to spin the block on that. He can be a Ryan Coogler fan. He absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with that. He can be a Ryan Coogler supporter like so many others can. He's probably a Ryan Coogler supporter back in 2022. He didn't move the needle. That's the sad part about it. Is like, that's why I said, you come on this video, pull up, pro or con, just be respectful. This ain't about whether you should or you shouldn't. You gotta like it. It's not this video. It's about look at it. And so you could have liked Ryan Coogler. You could love Ryan Coogler. You could have went to go see Black Panther 2. You could have absolutely loved it. You didn't get it over 800,000. You didn't. And regardless of how loud I talk today, I wasn't as loud back then. I was loud, but I wasn't as loud back then. You didn't get 1.3. That's just reality. You can be mad. He can glaze Ryan Coogler's. I'm going to watch what I say. He can glaze Ryan Coogler's testosterone level all he want to. That don't put butts in seats. That don't. All that is him just being emotional. Well, what did H-Town say? Emotions make you cry sometimes. So folks need to get out their feelings. This ain't me being in my feelings. This is me saying, hey, there's an issue out there you might want to address. Snapping on people being disrespectful, that just shows you that the divide is there. Is that really what you want to do? Did you really want to come on this channel and further alienate Black Panther comic book fans when you've already done that? You need them for that movie to be successful. You need them. So being slick ain't gonna cut it. Let me see here. These scoopers have changed course. Grandma Taro says Idris Elba from 20 years ago would have yeah. The scoopers have changed course and are saying a variant, not an aged up child. They lost their hat with Black Panther 2. They better get it right. They better get it right, and they better understand their target audience. They better be able to speak to it the way I'm speaking to it. I think when they start talking, they forget it's a demographic out there that ain't trying to hear that. If you want to lure them to Black Panther 3, you better have all your facts straight and don't say anything that's wrong that's going to push them further away. Because right now, all the stuff, emergency, awesome, everything, always, stop saying T'Challa Jr. Don't, E-Man, stop saying T'Challa Jr. Don't say T'Challa Jr. Don't say Tucson. What the dude name? The other dude, John Campion, stop saying that. You're not helping your cause with the movie. Stop. Don't say that no more. Every time you say T'Challa Jr., Tucson, you piss folks off. That's not helping. Stop. Don't even mention that anymore. If you got to say something, say variant. Say variant. Don't say nothing. Because clearly, if you saying T'Challa Jr., Tucson Jr., you're not paying attention to the message boards. You're not reading the room. You're not seeing how folks are. Either you see it either you don't see it or you see it and you don't care. You will when that movie come out though. Mr. Luke Cage in the building. We know these leaks are from the studio, obviously to gauge engagement. Yep. The feedback is pro-variant, not pro-child. Absolutely. I agree with that. Vicky says he tunes out the noise and they make the movies they want to make, which is funny, as the Russos are now overseeing the MCU. Absolutely correct. We know the character and the books respect us. Absolutely. Torino, is there a Metropolis or Gotham? Y'all folks that's tuning in and pulling up and everything like that, I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. I'm not. And like I said, respect is due to a dog. You ain't got to like what I'm saying. I'm not lying to you. This video is not to convince folks to go see the movie or to convince folks not to go see the movie. I'm gonna tell you where I'm at with it. And too many of y'all then got beside yourselves. You say stuff you wouldn't say to somebody's face. And folks are saving you because they are deleting your comments. You can be tracked to your address. Looking for any attention is not wise. You can be tracked to your address. You never know who could pull up to your physical location and knock on your door and ask you, do you still feel that way? Y'all take this trolling thing as if it's a badge of honor. There have been people that have been deleted for trolling because they don't know that somebody is looking for them. And if you make a habit out of trolling, you don't know who you've irked to the point where they want to come see you. Wisen up. And another one, Steezle. I think Kugler is overrepresenting his relationship with Bozeman. How you so close and never hung out outside of work one time? Kugler was a glorified working buddy. You know what, Mr. Luke Cage? I'm gonna tell you what I said. We've all lost a friend. We've also all lost a work colleague if we work long enough. My best friend was Hugent Eugene Thomas. We called him Nick. I stayed 45 minutes away from Camilla, Georgia. Nick was a year older than me. We played on the same high school football team. He played wide receiver, number 88. I played outside linebacker. He was the older brother I never had. Living in Tallahassee, where I'm at, we would play Bill Walsh College football. Like we would go back and forth, right? Cousins and everything like that. Real brother. Sometimes my grandparents, my grandmother, my aunt want to see my girls, my children. He would, after coming, we play football game, hours at a time. My girls, take them, drive them. Camilla, Georgia. I know his children, beautiful children. They all grown now. His wife has since gotten remarried. I don't know what that's like. He used to work at Hardee's, Cairo, Georgia, which is like 35 minutes away from Camilla. So he had to get up first thing in the morning, put on his clothes, get himself ready, drive to work. One morning, driving to work, he fell asleep at the wheel. Truck ran off the road, hit a median, ejected him. He hit a tree. Head first. I didn't know. I was living my life here in Tallahassee, thinking everything is fine. I was with Crystal's mom at the time. And his mom, because he had just lost his father. That was the thing. Nick had just lost his father the week before. His mom called my grandmother. My grandmother reached out to my oldest daughter's mom. My oldest daughter's mom got in her vehicle. She came and she found me and she knocked on my front door. She said, Gerald, I got something to tell you. Theo, I got something to tell you. And I said, what? She said, I'm so sorry. She said, Nick had an accident. He didn't look the same in the coffin because he shouldn't, wasn't supposed to. I have a tattoo of a star on my left shoulder. I have 5 stars tattooed. My mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunt, and Nick. I got told by the family. I got notified by the family. That was my friend, my high school friend. We were friends as adults. I got told by the family. I'm not different. I'm not the only person that's lost a best friend. The family come tell you. The family come find you wherever you at. They're going to let you know. My best friend, Nick, told me, he said, Theo, you're not slow, you lazy. You don't like running. My best friend, Nick, played wide receiver. Y'all know I love football. Y'all know I love me some football. I started playing wide receiver. Me playing at wide receiver was me dedicating that to my best friend who played wide receiver. And we weren't going to have no excuses because we always had him right here telling me, you can do it. Be a hell of a father. Because that's what my best friend was. He was a hell of a dad. That's what he was. Also could play the piano like nobody's business. And he was self-taught. Yeah. Think about Nick Cannon, drumline. You can't read the music, but you can play it. That was Nick with the piano. We've all lost best friends. I said that to say this, Luke Cage. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. With the black man's profile pic, 50-50 chance it's an actual brother. Yeah. Shooter will make it to Secret Wars with T'Challa as one of those who remember the universe from before. I hope they get it right. Black Panther says, salute Black Panther family. Yeah, been dealing with some health issues. Are you good? Because all this other stuff is irrelevant at the end of the day if you ain't good. So hopefully, Black Panther, you are doing better and everything like that. We want you to be doing better, big dog. Let's see here. Kelvin's parents were grocery shopping. He had full access to them interwebs. Heal up, Panther. Kevin needs his high tan. Hey, mainstream. Thanks, Kimoyo. Yeah, all the YouTube dope screaming T'Challa Jr. don't know anything. They ain't doing nothing but alienating people. Stop saying that. What's going on, Jermaine? What's going on? Big Jermaine is in the building. What's going on? Too many trolls act like folks can't pull up. I don't know why. Like, you're not gonna troll nobody in real life. Like, think about that for a second. Would you really troll folks in real life physically? No, you wouldn't. Stop that. I've seen vids on social media, video gamers get ran up on for trolling. Folks don't think. And in this video, there's no need to troll. If I said this ain't a pro or con video, it's just that divide is wide. And if you're gonna troll folks, you only proving me right. Like, that's the thing. If you pull up in the video and you start trolling, you proving my point. Well, sorry for your loss, my brother. Hey, man, it's one of them things, man, where when you've lost a best friend, that hurts. When you lost a best friend, you wanna honor that best friend. Okay, well, I got too much stuff going on in regards to Chadwick Boseman, how he felt about T'Challa. And I'm not his best friend. I'm just, pardon the pun, a student of the game. A dude who says to you he didn't know how important that character was to people. He's implying something. The dude who said, I got to get up and learn these lines. I got to get up and work out. He's implying something. The dude who's crying at an interview because two boys who, if they were 10, barely, didn't make it to see the movie and he wished they could have, he's implying something. And if you too close-minded to pick it up, that's on you. That's on. If you too close-minded, saying folks that want to see the character recast, saying that's disrespecting Chadwick Boseman. No, not paying attention to Chadwick Boseman's words. and his actions as a man are disrespectful. That's what's disrespectful. You telling me about a character when you can't tell me about the qualities of the man? Everything you're preaching goes against the man's words, his philosophy, his ideologies. And because you really a Ryan Coogler fan, you don't get it. Well, it ain't for me to teach you. You got a smart device. Use it to be smart. Yeah, man, get better, man. Hey, we getting older. And one of the things that he would say is as we get older as men, we need to focus on our health. One of the things he talked about, one of them quotes out there. So yes, definitely focus on your health, big dog. Definitely. A troll was posted at a fan expo, and I happened to be there too. So I went and talked to him. See, you said posing, posting. Why would we do that? Energy was totally different up close. I told him there's a real world with consequences out here, and he better mind himself. It ain't sweet. Like all attention ain't good attention. It ain't, and you never know who you irking. You don't. You just think you being funny. Go get on stage. That's damn near a safe haven if you want to crack jokes, troll people. Go get on stage. Go get on stage. Listen, I'm out. We've been here for a minute now. This was what, an hour and a half. I did not necessarily mean for it to go this long. I did have some stuff that I asked Chat GPT in regards to this. I'll send a link to those who want it. There are some issues there. Whether you want to see the movie, whether you don't want to see the movie, there are some problems there, and they need to be resolved before they film a damn thing. You see what I just said? Before they film a damn thing, resolve the movie, resolve the issue. I'm out. Like, share, subscribe. My brother Daryl is coming our way in about an hour and 45 minutes and everything on there with Be Real with D Real. Y'all know we got that live coming up tomorrow. Ooh, it's gonna be another one. Another one. Yes, we will have another interview and everything like that. If you ain't checked out Genesee, go check that out. If you ain't the antagonistics, go check that out. Epic, Earth's Protector in Crisis, check that out. Concrete Comics, check that out. Dark City Comics, check that out. Innovation Comics, check that out. If you need some other stuff regarding to other alternate comic book stores, holler at me. You know, we got that Creed comic book series that we reviewed. Right. We got us some Bitterroot. Yeah, we got that. We got that Wesley Snipes Exile. Yeah, we got that. My brother Dara got that Philadelphia. Yeah, he got that Philadelphia. And we got that Akugon. We got that and everything like that. And I know I'm missing one. I am, and I don't want to do that because it's shout out to Juju that I even got this. Ram God. So we got some stuff out here. You looking for some stuff? We got some stuff. That said, I'm out. Remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. We're going to do this again. Until next time, I'm going to keep up with these notes before I say that last part. Yep. Kimoyo said, peace, see y'all tonight. I wish each and every last one of y'all love, peace, and soul. We out.